Troops of the 8th Division Garrison Strike Force have killed 6 terrorists during an offensive in the Sububu Forest area of Maradun Local Government, Zamfara State. 2 of the suspects were neutralized in Indulumu village, where troops recovered an AK-47 rifle before advancing to Ruduno village and eliminating 4 others. The operation also led to the rescue of a kidnapped underage girl, Halira Ibrahim, the recovery of arms and ammunition, and the destruction of terrorist camps and 2 motorcycles used by the attackers. The spokesperson, Captain David Adewusi, described the mission as both a tactical and humanitarian sources, reaffirming the military's commitment to protecting civilians and tackling kidnapping. For more on the issue and all the recent gains of the Nigerian military, we are joined by Denis Amachree. He is our security expert and a former deputy director of the DSS. Glad to have you join us.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Now, move straight. First, how do you assess the tactical significance of Nigeria's offensive in the Sububu Forest alongside recent U.S. strikes against militant targets in Sokoto State, of which are these operations complementary or fundamentally different in their objectives?
Yeah, I think, thank you for having me. I think we're having a remarked difference in the process of how they're executing this war now, you know, and especially now that we have some kind of assistance from the United States, and I think, and there is more coordination among the security agencies. So I think the wins are coming up, and I think we have to give them kudos for what they're doing.
Okay, now given that the U.S. conducted precision airstrikes on ISIS-linked targets Sokoto in late December last year, now what impact, if any, if there's any, has that external intervention had on jihadist activity in Zamfara and also neighboring states, including the areas where Nigerian troops have just operated?
You know, when after the strike in Sokoto, a lot of people thought that, you know, the strike will continue. In fact, I expected the strikes to continue. But rather, what happened was that they came in with some specialists who are supporting the Nigerian military to go ahead and do what they have to do. So we find out now that the Sokoto strike was actually a warning. And of course, a lot of them ran away from Sokoto into other areas. And I think the military will do well to do a mop-up, a better mop-up in their operations.
Okay, now, well, let's hope that they do it better. But now, some analysts have argued that foreign strikes can create a power vacuum that local armed groups exploit, of which when you've seen evidence of sort regrouping or increased attacks in Zamfara following the U.S. strikes, how should Nigeria adjust its strategy?
I think they are adjusting, and I think there is a review of all the strategy on a daily basis, because this is a serious war, and I think they are taking it very, very seriously. Well, with what is happening right now, it's asymmetric. The war still remains asymmetric. That's why you see that when they go in there, they might see 3 or 4 or 5 in different villages because they are all scattered. And then, of course, when they want to attack, they group together and go and attack. So I think the Nigerian military is getting used to it. And then, of course, the intelligence network is working very, very hard. Believe it or not, many people don't believe, but some of these terrorist groups have been infiltrated by security agents.
Okay. And now what lessons can the Nigerian military now take from how the U.S. forces conduct, their own air campaign, looking at when they had their persons kidnapped here and they came in without even anything, got their rescue their own citizen. Now, what lessons do you think Nigerian military can learn from this?
Well, the thing is that there's always collaboration among militaries or security agencies, especially the one you are referring to. where they came and extracted one of their citizens who was kidnapped in Niger, brought into Nigeria. That particular situation was seriously helped by the Nigerian DSS. You know, they helped in fact, giving them ground information in what they did in extracting them. You don't really come into another man's country and go in and do what you want to do and go away, although we're seeing internationally things like that are happening, but there is usually cooperation. And that's why after the first strike, I think there's a lot of cooperation between the United States and Nigeria. And then, of course, what Nigeria will learn seriously is the utilization of technological intelligence, and then, of course, systematic operations.
Okay, now on a final note now, in your own view, does the involvement of this external actor like the U.S. Through strikes against ISIS elements change the broader strategic landscape for counterterrorism in the Northwest?
Well, you know, it's not only in Nigeria. ISIS is being struck in Syria, in other countries, because it is the basic organization, terror organization, that the United States is very, very interested in. Maybe we don't know, but United States have a national security interest, of which terrorism is number one on that national interest. And then anywhere, it means that anywhere terrorism comes up, they will go in, help whichever country it is to eliminate that terror. So I think ISIS is also on notice because that area that was struck, the Lakura was a subset of ISIS.
All right, thank you very much for your time with us this evening. We're joined by Denis Amachree, who is a security expert and a former deputy director of the DSS. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you.